trap plays, going for hits into the mid rounds. You get some of the most creativity for defensive aggression when you're running this exact comp.
So opening gambit, something we'll be taking a close look at here as we move on into Sunset. NRG leading this series. And really, to me, it was Psalm that dominated throughout the first map, especially in the first half on NRG's defense. Was so consistent, stuffing G2's plays.
G2 start their slower A main take.
And just breaking through the one-way. NRG aren't really playing off of it. Instead, sending 3 players into a walk-in mid where Baby Bay is waiting for him. First kill for him, and now G2 start to heat up into the Cypher, expecting it to be light on this side. But Ethan is here, and NRG have rotated quickly on forward. And Scuba getting this first kill has given his team a lifeline into the round. A second kill for Ethan. As more and more NRG jerseys move into the site, Baby Bay still fairly isolated away from his teammate.
They're canceling. G2 have time to slow things down. You can either re-hit or threaten to pivot away. But NRG want to walk up and get info here.
NRG so consistently stepping into the empty space, but this time Trent is waiting for it. He whiffs in rare fashion. So NRG take the pistol.
That is a heartbreaker for Trent to lose out on that one. Such a rare whiff from him.
And it's been a tough start to the day for him. I think a poor performance by his standards back on Corrode. And now that pistol going to be living in his mind.
And that's after Baby Bay gets that lovely opener into mid. NRG are just so fast on these rotations, buying just enough time from their side anchors that there were 3 players that started on the whole other side of the map, running over in position to trade out and win that one.
Bit of a blow to the confidence of G2. As NRG now get to buy up into the round, using full Cypher utility in mid, even a camera that was just broken out in the opening there. You know that G2 like to play for the early mid space, try and hunt down a lot of these trips, and it allows NRG to maybe even set up some traps off of them when Ethan's stun comes back off cooldown.
Baby pretty quick up here, walking all the way out into top mid.
Just waiting for NRG to come back onto the angle. I think good ante from NRG so far. Ethan getting into smoke, that's a bit too much. Wasn't expecting Baby Bay to be there already, and now with a jump to get across and the stun, here comes Jogmo playing beautifully off of the paranoia. It is just Scuba and Psalm on site. And now with pressure coming in from Boba, 3 players into market. These 2 players have to hold the line for the flank to come in. Mata there, 2 players swing across him, and he only gets the 2. That does leave NRG up a man. But Jonas found a gun.
But he's so low. Love the heal in 15, but that doesn't bring you that much. And these are 2 healthy NRG players, ready to just play this one together and overwhelm him. He needs perfection. 2 one-taps if he wants to win.
It would have to be precise. Already giving up a spot, what a shot! He walks away. Calm. So patient. Jonah now ready for it. And through the wall! Filth!
What the hell? Oh, he said he needed to be precise, but that was perfection. A shot on a player midair.
Takes him to class. The professor takes a thrifty back for the team. He was the only guy that survived this fight against Mata, and yet it's Mata's Guardian in his hand. To pluck Psalm out of the sky and blow him a little kiss on the way out. That was, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, what a clutch. NRG, 4 players dodge the haunt and now walk their way into mid.
Ball line to stall out, now Mata slipping down into mid, 1 for 1 to start. And now Baby Bay has a chance to come in on the back of NRG. The sliding is just ridiculous. NRG a bit scattered here, although nice shot out of Psalm. Does mean G2 only get away with 2 surviving members, but they'll be happy with that after what went down in the previous round.
It could have been so much worse for G2. All of NRG slipped the net on that haunt, get into some very far forward positions. Thankfully for G2, this is a Jaw who gets to play Neon, and he doesn't get to play a whole ton of that these days. Last time he showed this on Sunset yesterday, he was outstanding. G2 looking for a similar performance from him today.
Good job, boys. Let's go. It's always me. It's all good. Always me.
Jaw's the kind of guy that always turns it up to 11 in the big games in playoffs.
Maybe he just doesn't care.
Oh dear. And maybe he should. Maybe Valen should also care. NRG just won fights on opposite ends of the map. Yet there is a resurrect, so G2 aren't out of this round yet.
What G2 lack is space. They're full sending into A.
They lack space, they lack smoke, so there's nothing to block off Brock. He's crushing him. And now Mata can post up with the operator. If G2 leave, there's also Scuba, who's walked all the way down mid to stop any pivot from G2 in the mid round.
Just moseying into attacker spawn.
Wants to join the team.
They might end up missing each other though, depending on how the timing plays out.
But noise made down in mid. Now Scuba can move because of the jump peek from Trent. This is what gives it all up.
The cam will show when this pivot into market begins.
Question is, does he see one or two players? Two players and it solves things. I'm not so sure. Now with that door closing, NRG start to mobilize away from the A site.
30 seconds
But Scuba
left.
is the problem for G2. If Scuba falls, the round is playable. If he stays alive, it's over. Wins his chance. An ultimate into the back of site to clear. Will be canceled out from Som. Scuba takes his time. He has to wait for the pressure made by his teammates back in Boba. Now he's here. And that first one pushes back Baby Bay. An operator boosts it up on top of market. And now smoked away. Looks back in, but it's Scuba to take him down.
Great patience displayed by the rookie. Holding strong in main, finding the perfect opportunity to swing in and find his punish there. Let's look back at the kills at the start of this round. Baby Bay thought he could just hold within that reveal. His teammates had him, he had an off. Didn't go his way.
One enemy remaining.
With that early pick on the other side, it that round relatively a formality for NRG to win.
G2 a bit awkward here on the money, Mimi.
Looks like they want to pick up the pace though.
Wow, really forcing in behind a Vandal and the Chamber Op.
Trent's going to be one off his ult as well. They can get that in main, but they're going to have a fight early.
Mata's back here, got a kill in the last round. This time a Prowler to post, what a shot! Flicky with it! The opposing Neon out of the equation.
And now NRG gives space. They have Breach Util, Sova Util. They can fight back in. They don't have to take any risks.
Face your fear!
Nightfall into the site. A wall to contain the space. Spike will go down. Trent avoids the majority of the damage.
How's Baby Bay going to find impact? He's so late.
There.
He has to make sure this wall eventually goes down or he won't even be able to see the spike. A seize to stall onto Brock. Baby Bay still yet to mobilize, but NRG haven't really gone anywhere else either. It doesn't matter if Som's just getting kills unassisted over the top of the smoke. Baby Bay back in market again, but he's too late to the party.
And after making a big investment in that round, G2 do not find a reward. It's NRG who are rewarded another opening pick from Mata and play another man-up retake very well.
And it's even with a Prowler tracking Mata, so John knows exactly what he's swinging into. They saw this the last round, but look at this. Boom.
That's beautiful.
Scuba broke the Prowler for his teammate.
And no one broke the dart on G2.
I'm actually aimbotting.
That's right.
The last round as well. Remember, Baby Bay spotted by a dart in main. He fell to that. G2 need to start dealing with this utility, as they again are half in, half out on the round on the buy.
This time they use the Sage Slow to make sure they shoo Mata away.
They're scared, and with good reason.
That's an attacker smoke as well. They want to make sure Jaw gets this ultimate.
Maybe can look to chuck that gun to someone else. Exec in the site with just the ulti. So G2 will go back to playing for the mid space. Been a little cautious of it as of late. That market door is open.
Had a deep trademark on A. Can make that their problem a bit later in the round to reclear.
You can see with Ethan playing over on the A side. He's got a fault line to play off of, so Som can stay posted on the one-way. Still hasn't ripped the fault line, so patience on that for the fight. The fault line comes in for the re-clear.
But it's Som, so there'll be a paranoia here as well, and
Yeah.
G2 are going to look elsewhere.
So we're down to 40 seconds left on the clock.
And they're going to explore top mid.
Put some threat down there with the wall.
This is more than exploration. This is a commitment.
Yeah, the Sage wall put down to stop the rotates. Here goes Jaw, trying to get into it. Still has the Guardian. Still advancing. That stun is crisp. And now heating into the site. G2 with 2 kills found. Scuba still in there. Has not been forced away just yet. Finally falls. So G2 on site, up 4-on-2. This is a half-buy round for them.
Spike planted.
Ethan on Som is down already.
And so just Som in the clutch. Baby Bay facing, and that's a free first kill.
Valen's away for the rest of the team too. Moving back into market. Time Som is taking to get back onto the site. He's being patient, but it's allowed G2 to get ready for it once again. The paranoia into it. There's Som with first kill, traded out by Val, and G2 keep it clean on the Thrifty.
Looked like G2 were going to be out of options that round. They get shoot away from A main. They can't find anything towards market. They make the last second decision to rip top mid.
Left.
But the beauty of that Sage is she, more than any other agent, is so good at cutting cross-map rotations, and it allows Jot to isolate that fight and get the key opener he found.
Hey, I'm feeling it, bro. Shit. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to push again.
The duality of Dre.
And how important is that G2 are able to bait out the breach stun? If that stun's up, there's no way they can keep advancing into market.
For sure.
So G2 will keep considering their options around that ability and the timings they can fast forward into a site.
Very similar open for G2. Take their space in B main, grab an alt orb, and look elsewhere.
This time, Ethan's positioning on the map is different. He's playing into market, so A is much softer.
Yeah, there's an AWP holding for Baby Bay's lurk in mid. That's in the hands of Mata. But it's Som pretty far forward here on A.
Som has just been recycling these one-ways. This will be his last one, and now Jump Peaks Prowlers breaks it, and he's gone. It's actually the assistance of the Hunter's Fury. A different idea, a bit unconventional.
G2 are gone though, they've already reset. But now they're walking into this AWP.
Here it is, the forward fight, nice shot out of Mata.
Spike down.
Trent out of the picture. And still 3 players stacked behind the Cypher utility on to B. So G2, consider their options. Jogamo has walked all the way through lane onto A. Ethan's also getting ready to step back into mid. Maybe not. NRG with a quiet rotate through their spawn. And yet I think Baby may have heard them. Now that they're running all the way back in their spawn, G2 move into this A site. They know it's going to be light. A wall back towards spawn. Spike now to be planted, but keep your eyes on Baby Bay. He is so far forward. Now the flash pushes him off the line. NRG trying to reclaim the space, but Jaw rips Mata's head off. NRG have gone nowhere. The shots to dissuade them from coming back in. I don't know if they're playing this one through.
It's a save. With the AWP in Ethan's hands, they can't risk the investment. And G2 have found their way in. Late round exploitation of mid. In the last one, it was a full commitment pivoting up. Here, it's again baiting out the utility in A main, pushing players forward there and giving that timing for Baby Bay to get into this lurk and explode the rotations for NRG.
It's really one of Jogamo's signature moves, is when he fake execs into a site, he will just sit there. If you don't deal with him immediately, if you don't kill him, he is either a late lurk that is guaranteed to get a kill, or in the case of G2 getting shut down on the pivot through mid, they come straight back into him.
This is a nice spot.
Thanks to the save, NRG still have money.
Still have the op for Mata as well, which has gotten to kill every round it's been in his hands.
And he's going to set up towards A this time. In the past, it's always been Som here just playing off that fault line.
The difference is Baby Bay has an op of his own this time round. At 1v1. A potential in this round 8.
Or it could be Baby Bay back to his own tricks, rather. Has a very deep TP to peek into mid.
I like that Mata is playing on a different line than Som's been on in the past, so the Prowler won't spot him out. This time a one-way on the left, but he's underneath it and he's ready. His positioning has been sublime. And this stun just means that G2 aren't going anywhere near that A side anytime soon.
An op is especially potent into G2 because of how often Jaw is running solo fakes or near solo execs.
Oh, couple of pairs of feet seen walking in through mid. Som takes some shot, gets some chip damage down, but I think Valen wants to go over this wall. A bit of a different look from G2. They've used this yesterday and today just to cut off rotates. They've always gone towards B with this. This time, though, they play on top of it. That might have even been a silent drop. A teleport across, and Baby waiting. All that bait is one for one, but Ethan is here to supremely
Spike down A.
crush G2. 3 kills, that spike out in the open.
If he gets this kill, maybe there's a
30
world where Valen
seconds
can do something, but he's not ready.
Okay, if
Mata's
he gets
just
this
watching
kill.
him.
Not a chance in the world. We're tied up at 4.
Here's a super creative idea for G2, conditioning that same wall, double boosting up top.
Look, an
Send
idea
it in.
can be so cool. Unfortunately, Ethan exists. And
Yeah, he's just
sometimes
too good.
you just get 3 kills.
He's been having an excellent end to this stage. Like Mano was talking about in that opening interview, it was a slow start for NRG, but they've heated up throughout the season, and I think that's more true for anyone than Ethan. Not just in the leadership, but in the fragging as well.
Quick slide, this time towards elbow, and ultimate back to spawn from Valen. That pressure coming in on NRG's flank. And Mata can't really get in a comfortable spot to use the operator. Tucked away into the back of sight with the op. But now, this Rolling Thunder, a counter wall out from Jonah to stop NRG's advance. So look at Valen, this time in that spot that Ethan just decimated G2. It's Valen to hit home!
And these IGLs doing it all. And it's going to continue to be a problem. As NRG falls in mid, it's Valen trying to do more, leaving it again down to Ethan.
It's not quite that same 3K magic for Valen. But yet it is just a round 1. He's had a few of those today. You think back to Corrode when he's playing in that top mid spot on the defense side, just getting 2 kills, instantly round win. Here, not just getting the first kill on the lurk, but turning around and taking out Scuba too is just ridiculous.
And that's the third way G2 have shown to blow up mid. We rip our wall and we're fast fighting into B. Or we're open TPing all the way into spawn. Or we're creating a distraction and allowing Baby to lurk up.
I would apologize.
Yo, Mata, bro. Chill. Chill, bro. These guys are running.
At a certain point, NRG just can't keep track of all these different ideas G2 are throwing their way, so they take the initiative themselves. 3 players step out into mid.
But because of that, for the first time, they don't have a strong fight to contest A main. And G2 is gonna just take that space and rip an exec.
Nightfall's gonna hit onto at least the one. That shot looked good to me, I don't know. Rock is down a little bit low, but some spam out of Ethan. Who is this man? 2 kills for him. Spike in the open, Jonah just looking at his wall.
I have this fight.
This round, what seemed to be an open A site, gets destroyed by quick rotate out of NRG, and now quick retake for them as well. The utility, thunderous against G2. That round's just over.
All right, Ethan. Might be the best at just spraying down the line and getting his value. Because they fought into mid so early, NRG had the fastest defensive rotates they've had all game. Able to really quickly have 3 players contesting, spamming that smoke. And it was a drone for Brock. Gets a tag, spots another, so everyone just starts spamming.
Even has the stun assist at the end there too from Ethan. This one's been a nail biter.
NRG want to get up to some action in mid again.
Yeah, I think knowing that Baby loves to challenge that bot mid angle, Mata wants to get out in front of the door.
Instead, though, Baby set up in B.
That's that 3 stack that G2 didn't actually see last round. These players ready. You have a high-low from Som and Scuba protecting tiles so that Mata can play the off angle out of door. Prowler here's the one, but there's the double. And Som doesn't even need the help from Scuba. Look at those shots just raining in. That setup was real nice out of NRG. Only gap in the setup is main, and Mata, after dealing with mid, turns around, locks up Baby Bay.
This angle doesn't get a lot of use. Boosted up in mid.
Which angle there? He circled all of them.
Yeah.
Jonah. Wait a second, he's got a res.
Okay.
He wants to play the round. Boosted on the line, Jonah with 3.
Spike down mid.
And Trent has stayed alive. And yet there's the operator. Mata on a world tour will take the round even when it looks close.
It should have been a checkmate much sooner than it ended up
In the
being.
half.
But NRG put an end to it. Yeah, great use of the high-low there to avoid the utility. They were above any Omen Paranoia's range here. And Salm is quickly rewarded for it. Last round of the half here.
Remaining.
G2 having found so much success in mid now. They've been denied that space. What do they have cooking for the final?
That shot, bro.
And I have to. Come on, man. I have to. I had to.
Stingers is what G2 are bringing to the mixer in B main. And Salm fancies his luck with an op. Considering getting in front, but has to fall back for the smoke, and it's this type of timing. That's why you don't want to take the op.
He's playing in
On
the
Omen.
one-way.
Not always. Hunting down Baby Bay, and he finds it. Now with no other pressure coming in, Scuba can turn around for the backstab. There's no chance for G2 here, surely not. Not with a stinger on Trent, not with NRG continuing to close in. And yeah, it'll be NRG up at 7.5.
I love watching Salm when he's willing to take those timings, to get active. When he first came into the league in 2023, he was so hyped as that kind of fresh player who's super aggressive, who's so good at holding things down alone. Yeah. And he's grown a lot since then, and I think had a slower 2025 as a whole. But showing up in these latter games for NRG and having his impact here in the playoffs as well.
Beautiful stuff from NRG here, but they got to keep it going on the attack after this.
NRG loves fast executes. Last time they played this map, their read was sending it on B in quite a few of their opening rounds. But G2 have brought a Sage to the ball, and that forces you to slow things down, can completely nullify that util you're sending in, force you to go on that second wave instead. So a lot of this half for NRG has to be focusing on what that Sage brings when that wall is coming into play, and how they have to change their style around it.
NRG seem to be heading away from the Sage early on in this round, at least testing the space into mid. As a matter of fact, it's been interesting to see Jogamo going for the Frenzy, I think almost every pistol round today.
And he's pretty much the only player in Americas I can think of doing it.
Yeah, no one else likes the gun.
It's still good though.
A lot of Ghost players, a lot of Sheriffs recently, and down those long lines, you know absolutely why.
Talk of long lines, it's Baby Bay posted up in A main. He's about to get tested.
NRG have utility to clear him out. No drone, but Ethan's got plenty.
Wait for the dart in 5 seconds in option 2.
Mata might just face up into it, and that could not have gone worse. 45 HP for Mata. I guess he could have died. He's
That'd be a
already
little
been
worse.
taken low. And now G2 have full information of these players continuing forward into A from NRG. Now a fight back into spawn. Good paranoia out of Valen. That's exactly what you want to see to set up BabyBay to take 2 down. And now the ping from above. Trent reveals all on this site. And NRG start to fall. 2 on 3 now for them. Well, Mata's got to know there's some players tucked away on the side.
30 seconds left.
That spike still has to be recovered. And time isn't exactly playing favors for NRG. So a tap to bait some swings on through. Brock takes an opportunity, but he's down on 1. It's just starting to get worse and worse and worse. G2's pistols,
10 seconds
which have
left.
been so good all year long, continue here with some great utility out of Valen and Trent to lock down the site.
It's great from them. For NRG, I think they overdid things a bit there. They had a great start to the round without investing too much, force BabyBay off the angle, hear him TP back, but he thought that that was going to be the weak side, that BabyBay would be alone and they could overwhelm into CT. Little did they know, Valen was there. There was this excellent paranoia, and well, all that's going down. It buys time for Jaw to run in and actually have an advantageous fight back through CT for G2.
Man, I told you your time's coming, bro. Let's go.
I really hope 100 Thieves weren't watching the Fade Haunt hit there, getting some trauma for yesterday. Remember those A retakes? Trent's utility was never broken. It was super effective at keeping G2 back onto sites.
Bot is so alone here. Just a stun ripped early into A. He runs up as Jaw going out for a walk on the promenade.
It's a bit bold, especially when G2's anti-ecos have been, dare I say, sloppy so far today. Chance to donate a gun over.
No donation made in this round. He gets out safely, leaves BabyBay to contain the space.
It's a little tough for BabyBay to play here too. You can see he's trying to kind of use the box in mid as a little bit of cover.
G2 just prowled A main, so they're heading back to rotate heavier towards mid and B. But without an imminent hit coming, they're going to keep trying to round who has another piece of util that's missed.
Yeah, Haunt didn't see anything in main either.
Valen is in CT spawn, just waiting for any indication to
I mean,
rotate.
odds are NRG are going to be able to plant the spike. Very likely, depending on how aggro Trent wants to play here. Then the question is, how far forward do they fight? You can't really sit on your laurels in a post plant like this, down in numbers, down in guns. So keep your eyes on shop. Fault line prepared, not going to connect. Good anti-play from G2, dodged away from the ability, and can now slide on into the side jaw with the movement. He's just silly on that agent.
Jaws, Shorty, what's the story of yesterday, I think, especially on Haven. I got too many
Shorty
kills.
really is a melody
Yeah,
in my heart.
that's horrible.
Well, continue your point, please.
Top 40 hits of 2012, loving that one.
Someone gets it.
I don't know what that is.
But now NRG, look, NRG, they're going to reset into this round. They're going to have the rifles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Up against G2. And the real challenge for them is going to be solving some of these A post plants, which 100 Thieves never really could against G2 yesterday.
No. G2 are really happy to fall back, play their set retakes. Almost always going heavy through CT. NRG takes some space in mid as BabyBay. No one breaks the dart for him, so he's got to leave.
No one's breaking Hans, no one's breaking darts. He's off that line.
Jonas
And
walked up
yet-
alone here.
Yeah.
BabyBay's coming to help, and with the Sage wall,
Okay.
it's a fake.
The worst fake wall of all time. It doesn't even block the line. Silliness.
You hear that noise, though, and maybe you think we want to walk back in, and exact
okay.
one that falls, and then maybe you don't clear this corner. But then he has a stinger, and surely he doesn't get more than
there's
one.
not 5 people. The other thing about the wall missing is that NRG could just run through. If they do kill him, then there's nothing to actually block down the site. At least usually these fake walls come with some extra layer of stall
Yeah,
once you're
Jonah
cold
turns
on the floor.
into the worst magician there. Spends 400 credits to just die in main all the
That
same.
wall is just an illusion, Mimi. Not a trick.
Never call it a trick.
Okay,
Well,
so...
the trick wall's gone. Sorry, the illusion wall.
Yeah. NRG are still a little bit spread out. I think they almost feel like this is a stack behind the ridiculous Sage play in B main, so they're going to use all their util, stuns out of the Neon, and the Breach to get into the site. Now realize nobody's home. Maybe even leave Mata
Spike
posted up in
planted.
backside here.
And they'll do just that. G2 retaking heavy through mid.
And not trying to obscure it at all either. Just full sprint in, full util. See what Jog can do. But that counter utility, especially when that all your util was used on the first wave,
Okay.
can be tough. I don't know about this. I like how Mata's played around the side of this smoke. 2 kills for him, just lining it up. Dodges back 2. Now really Trent with the best chance to get into the round. The wall bang will work for him, but that clock is ticking away. And Baby Boy will eventually fall.
Takes them a while to figure out just what was happening with the Sage wall, but once they do, NRG throw a nice execute and manage to get out of that anti-bonus very clean. Now we get into the real part of this half where I think we have to look at Baby Bay as one of the key forces to define this game when he has the off in hand. Him with that weapon, they'll be able to post him into mains, have him walk into mid in that mid round, and with him posted forward, a lot of the times you're more willing to save that Sage util and rotate a bit earlier, have those tools on standby.
Well, Baby Bay top fragging for G2 this game, now with a glass op in his hands. Fancying that same angle Mata was playing back in the first half. And that angle carves on these slow mid reclears, which is really what NRG seemed primed for.
They walk their way up, leaving their Neon in main.
Good coverage there with the cage. Threaten the cross.
But with the player top mid, Baby Bay's fine to hold the same line. Doesn't feel too much pressure from that.
All right, Brock coming back in through spawn. Drone in hand. Try and get in front of this one-way.
Down goes the Sage wall at a very good time. That'll allow Jonah to rotate towards A early.
It's interesting that Mata is sticking around on the B site solo for the timing of when that wall drops, because the rest of the team is about to make a ton of noise. It's entirely possible Ethan starts to turn around with the spike after pushing players back off this line initially.
This looks to me like they're going to want to call back into these players, but they have to buy enough time for the Sage wall to drop or at least make a ton of noise breaking it.
Well, the problem is, without heavy pressure to be main early, Jonah P still has 2 slow orbs, and Baby Bay is still here with the operator. And now there's no cage to block the cross. That's 2 kills. A crossfire setup. Ujagamo in top mid as well. And he just lights up the kill feed. It's too late in the day for NRG, you have to assume. But Psalm is somehow giving his team a chance. Mata into the side. Mata takes the ball down. So it's Trent. 10 seconds left on the clock. Has to act quickly. And that fight is coming towards him. He falls back away. The spike will be planted. And NRG can set up. Shoulder to shoulder.
They walk back together towards main.
Trent has taken his time. And he's really been the best guy on G2 all year long. So far today, has not lived up to that expectation.
He has to break an impossible crossfire though.
A clutch here could turn everything around for G2. Needs to get on this spike. Trying to stick it over to half, it's a little bit too much. He has to get back on. This time is starting to work away. A double swing for NRG, and they're just toying with him. Trent can't stand up against Psalm.
There's no way that NRG is winning that round.
Ridiculous. 2 impeccable Guardian shots out of Psalm. Solo in Boba.
Look at how it started. They didn't deal with any of the Sentinel utility. It is literally a 2-on-5. And it's these kills in CT from Psalm. And these from Mata. All 4 of them just as pretty as the last.
Mata and Psalm sitting on a combined 35 kills in just 16 rounds.
Wow.
And now, blitzing it towards the B side, Jonah P with a deagle in hand is just trying to do a bit of baiting for Baby Bay. That's the only shot G2 have, is the chamber up. Now back on the line. Try and target Mata and Psalm if you can. These are the guys that are instilling fear in the hearts of G2. This utility overwhelming. No one knows even what to look at. As it falls, it's Jonah P. Sheriff. G2 are still in this. They've committed ultimates in as well. Jogamo, it's starting to time out. And he's missed his mark, but now Baby Bay is still here. NRG just stole around and G2 rip it right back.
The last illusion didn't work for Jonah P, but a magician never reveals all his tricks. tucks into the tight corner, goes completely unchecked. And while the entirety of NRG is trying to deal with BabyBay's op, he finds the perfect timing to strike.
It is absolutely insane that Jonah P is the guy that's baiting. He's intentionally revealing himself, being seen on utility, trying to break utility. He's stunned up, he's blinded up. And yet still, perfect 2 headshots from him. Give his team that round.
G2 now trailing only by 1. The op in mid again.
Mata diving down into bot tiles. That door trying to be closed quickly by BabyBay. It's not tiles, it's all the way up into mid. BabyBay is overwhelmed. A paranoia sends him running into the rest of NRG. And now Jonah P turns his attention back into Boba. Gets the first kill. Can he do it? 2 rounds in a row. A modern Houdini. It doesn't work out for him this time around. And G2 are a little bit too late. Tripwire back on Boba now. Psalm still holding the line. Pushing Trent away from it, as a matter of fact. But that Z's catching has given Jog an angle, trying to get back in the sight, slipping in from Market. He's here, no one's looking at him! That's stunned though, and NRG turn it around. It is back and forth. Snip, snap, snip, snap every round, but it's NRG on top.
So fast in that one. Ripping it straight away through the site and absolutely bullying BabyBay. He was stunned, Sova ulted, a Neon was sliding in his face, an Omen was TPing behind him. These are the set plays that NRG have brought into their repertoire this season that have made them so potent.
And it again just feels like a round where it's Psalm and Mata. They're the ones that are diving into top mid, that paranoia to set up Mata on the first angle. Brilliant work out of that duo. So we're back into mid. BabyBay with the Sheriff. NRG just making their presence known, pushing him away. Not afraid of him in the slightest. Jogamo, on the other hand, is. He has to run to the hills.
G2 have absolutely no space here. They've been pushed all the way back into spawn. NRG easily take the B site. And now look to weather the storm.
I mean, G2 can't really fight. Valen needs to find something with the Vandal. And a hero before, and maybe it's not the Vandal, maybe it is just Jonah Sheriff. Stop it! Just stop! You can't keep doing this to them, Jonah. It's just not fair. NRG still fighting into backside. Valen taking his time as the herd approaches. G2 continue on forward. But Mata has yet to be dealt with. That spike up to half. Mata is still alive. And now it's all on Mata, bringing it down to one-on-one. Anticipates maybe pulling off the spike, but he sees it through.
It's been big plays and clutches, round after round for NRG. Here it's BabyBay with 20 kills to keep G2 in control of that round.
This guy had a good map 1 to be sure, but this is sick. Him and Jonah crushing in these rounds, Mimi.
It feels like I'm watching the same rounds over and over.
It's an endless loop, 10
That's
hours.
to be. Jonah gets 2 kills with a Sheriff. It comes down to a one-on-one, and someone wins it in a podcaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you, they're so bad, bro. They're so bad, bro.
I mean, he's been hosting the NRG podcast
We're
all
gonna
year
have to
long.
discuss that one.
I don't think he's getting brought back, Mimi. I think he's cut.
He's losing his job to win this game with G2.
I don't know what's worse, to lose to a podcaster or a caster. Equally humiliating.
Yeah, he's got them both.
But he's currently sitting 20 and 15. So NRG, they call a timeout. And this is a late in the day timeout. Remember back on Corrode, it was 10 to 10. A timeout is called 3 rounds in a row. The same idea. Go A, go A, go A. NRG couldn't be beat.
And, well, they've had that idea already. It was ripping these B-pops, practically 4 rounds in a row doing that. So now, what do they want to do? Do you slow the game down a little bit? Do you try and look for aggression on the other side of the map? What I've liked about these fast pops is they're putting so much attention on mid that it means Jonah is constantly getting pinched. And even if he's using his util in B main, the force coming in through market, or sometimes all the way from CT, is so overwhelming. Nullifies that Sage just a bit more.
So NRG out of the timeout. Look to be approaching mid, primarily through tiles. They've seen BabyBay's op position before in market. This time he's playing towards A. Psalm just wants to challenge that line, as a matter of fact. And now the reclear into the op.
Take flight.
Surely the drone to lead. Bebe tries to get out on the forward line, and look at the amount of space Mod is going to seize off of that. While the rest of his team creeps up into mid. Paranoia doesn't connect onto these players except for Psalm, and that's enough to keep them at bay for now.
Look how passive G2 is. Valen and Bebe both holding back in spawn.
But it's two market players that could start to creep up and pinch in at NRG. G2 are expecting this fight into mid, and here is Valen. Remembering Ethan's work from this exact same position. Now the fight he finds two, and the pinch in through market. G2 down to just two members as NRG weather the storm. It's Jogamo. What?
And suddenly this round is flipped on its head.
NRG had done everything they needed to get through it all. Now it's Psalm on 25 HP.
That could have been a perfect round. Now Psalm would need a 6K ace if he wanted to win it.
And where do you even begin to look?
Only 25 health. G2 playing this one together.
And now the smoke in his eyes. It's a timing game. Gives up his spot. He won't even get the chance. It is back even, 10-10.
This game has been so high tempo. But in that round, it is Jaw, the driving force. Starts the round towards market, and then his teammates are getting pressured through mid. He is full sprinting onto the flank and finds the perfect timing to help Valen out.
Yeah, because don't get it mistaken, NRG do great work to fight through this tough mid space. They had people coming in at every single angle, but it's that speed you're talking about. This fight here, and taking out Mada before the trade could come in, that wins the round.
NRG, economy broken.
But this is exactly what it was round 21 on Corrode. It was 10-10, NRG on an eco. They won that round and kept moving forward. And already HC into elbow. Mada's gotten up there, but now there's no smoke.
The Sage wall boost into mid.
Up through the middle of that smoke, and well, not from a 3v5.
Both teams have had to figure out a solution to solve mid. NRG couldn't quite figure it out in time in the first half, and now G2 have the harder problem of having to deal with these splits, the pressure coming through there. Now it's Valen. Little forward on an anti. Nobody's happy! They just form up those frags.
Not a care in the world. Just a little stat padding for him, another day at the office. And so we head in to what is the make or break round, you feel, for NRG. They'll have their guns, but they don't really have any critical ultimates, and that'll be the key difference heading in.
Oh, let's go, man.
G2 are going to have a Nightfall. They're still going to have options to play with the op. As a matter of fact, it's Jonah on the op and Bebe on the judge. We saw this out from him yesterday.
You're on the same pathing faster mid.
But yesterday when Jaw did that pathing, Bebe was slipping into tiles with a gun. Now he has the judge, and this won't be expected, and it's him to get the kill with the classic!
He had the classic out!
Ridiculous!
Not the judge, not the extra gun he has.
G2 trying to play to confuse NRG. They're confusing everyone.
I'm confused.
So now what do? There's a Sage wall in your face in A main. You can bust
Sean's
that down.
gonna break it, but Christy, the answer is always mid.
It's a fight, but Jogmo's behind them! No one's looking to smoke, and it's another pistol kill from Jog. NRG, paranoid, expecting G2 players to be in their walls now.
And Valen's about to vacate the wall, sitting in the smoke top mid.
They're just gonna step through this. Once this comes down, it's time to get this fight going. You can see Bebe starting to creep ever forward. Mada's position fully anticipated.
And despite the explosion that this map was at the start, G2 have figured it out. They cleared through mid, and they can play passive, just retake on B.
NRG might go out,
30
but a
seconds
whimper,
left.
except for Psalm. He has been locked in today. Now, on a solo mission, sees the Nightfall on the right-hand side. This is his moment to strike. No! Shut down! In the face of Trent. And Ethan has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. G2 advanced to map point.
That was a ridiculous round across the board. From the bait on Jaw to get Bebe a kill in B main, to the plays back through. I mean, that was so awkward.
He takes it out at the worst possible. Oh, he was looking for the camera.
Yes.
That's why he takes out the classic.
Dies for it. Didn't want to show the judge, didn't matter.
Yo, Alex, you're a demon. You're a demon, brother. You're a demon. Let's go.
NRG call a timeout. The last one they'll have unless they can run this back to overtime.
I mean, they called the timeout 2 rounds ago. They're desperate now.
Because
Just trying to figure
they had
things
the
out.
solve on this half. Taking space into mid at the start of every round, showing these fast splits in through B. But G2 have changed it up. They've been varying where Jonah is playing more, not leaving him as a tasty treat in B main quite as often. And they've shown such great re-clears, fighting back into mid. And now NRG have to find a solution.
So NRG have to win 2 rounds to force OT. To keep your paycheck, what's the play, Mimi?
Last time it was ignore mid. This time I think it might be put everything into mid.
Get back there, just actually stick in the space, fight it out?
I think you have to keep threatening that you're going to go for these splits, because if not, the G2 Sentinels are so good at locking down mains. You can't just rip execs quite as successfully as you did on map 1.
For sure. And you're gonna know G2's typical pathing. You see Jogamo playing in top mid right now. Usually he is just full sprinting down, closing the market door. That's what their basic default opening was all day yesterday. NRG will have studied that tape, and they'll hear it this time. Well, it's a different look. Baby Bay over towards B. And when he plays on B, he plays the deeper line. Again, this is a round that G2 ran yesterday, early on in the half versus 100 Thieves.
Here comes Jaw, pathing his way through.
It's a wall boost. It's a wall boost that was heard out by Som. You can see through this window and play off of the one-way still. This is known from NRG.
It's still weird to deal with. Som's cape not quite showing.
And the drone, you can see, ready for the tag now, the stun, but he can fall back behind it. There's no way to punish him.
So he runs away. And NRG take their time. Have Mata posted bottom mid and look to create more and more pressure towards A.
I don't like that NRG are still in this A space when there's 3 players of G2 and Jogamo can rotate so quickly through mid.
The wall's gonna naturally fall though. They think they can rip off a timing, but that haunt shows there's something up in A.
And the second Sage slope popped as well.
And they never produced any pressure in mid. Jaw's gonna feel comfy, fast rotating.
100%. So one way back into spawn. Now an Omen ult into the site. This is the way. It is brute force from NRG. It is go A. But the post plant, 5-on-5 is what it all comes down to. NRG will want to look to get aggressive. There's a fault line ready for Ethan to set up his teammates. 3 players approach from spawn. Jogamo to strike first, and now the utility is overwhelming. And yet NRG have locked G2 away. G2 have not advanced. The util has been too strong, and Ethan has carved his way into backside. Now the Rolling Thunder. And the shots from Brock rain down. More from Mata. NRG have tapped into something special here in the final hour. It's off the back of Ethan. And now he slips away, just as bait for Brock to finish the round.
This team had no space on A. Nothing to play with. Jaw was the one who opened the round. But they held back for a moment, saved their util to be able to fight back in. And Ethan getting the kill. Nets him that ultimate.
Yep, Som knew exactly. You can see the pings. Luckily caught that. But I think the important thing was
Here's
Ethan.
that kill, just straight through the box.
And it's that kill that gave him the Rolling Thunder that allows him to use that ult to just stop G2 in their tracks. It's Ethan's individual play. Think of, what, 3-4 rounds he's just solo won for the team?
And he was the one who bailed them out in map 1 as well. Found his impact there. Helped them to be up in this series. And it's timeout on timeout.
I don't know if I've ever seen this before. We have had 3 timeouts in the last 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. If this goes to OT, the coaches each get an extra timeout on top of 60 more seconds before OT starts to communicate with their squads. So Josh wants to stop it right here, right now.
Baby Bay buying into the judge, has the ult to back it up as well. How do they want to change this one? This is an energy that has always been trying to show something in mid there. It's incredibly simple. Just wait for the Sage wall to drop, run an exec. I don't think you'll see that one again. Part of the reason they can is because G2 has continued to change these setups. Practically every round on defense, they've had some slight variation to show us.
When Josh is calling these timeouts, usually it's to signal a shift in approach for the rest of the half. It's very rare it comes down to just one round he needs his team to win. This is when you get to cook up something special. But the opening is to mask and look very similar to other rounds. Jonah P in B main. And early util to push him away, just the slow orb invested.
This is a fake though. NRG put their pressure on B, hope to draw some rotates and run back towards A. But G2 haven't budged by that whatsoever.
We haven't seen G2 play 2 players up on this smoke really off in this half.
And Jaw's always in mid. He's never really in a position to fight up A main.
And potentially even to rip a quick flank if NRG were to overcommit into the mid space.
Sage wall goes up B main.
NRG are going to come back in. Drone at the ready. No one there to actually break this just yet.
Right sees, that'll stall this out.
Yeah, and Jogmo right up on the other side of it. Shows a shot too. To try and get NRG to spend more utility, although it might actually come at the cost of Alan. Double stun, and he'll teleport away. He is still alive, revealed, but hanging in there, even if by a thread. And NRG don't want any piece of this. They're back to mid.
They had the Cypher camps. They know no one's walked into that space, but still, Jonah's in the close corner.
Jonah P has been the problem, and it's a first kill from Trent in top mid. 40 seconds to force OT, and it's Som creeping through the smoke,
He's
stunned
alone.
up by the tripwire. This is G2's round through and through. With 30 seconds left, NRG are stranded in mid. Where do you go? Where do you find some salvation? It is not in the face of Baby Bay. He has had an unreal map and taken down at the final moment. But it will still be G2 forcing us onto a decider.
What a game this has been. G2 in the final hour find their adjustments and keep control of Sunset. So many different ideas they had to show on defense, constantly changing around their setup. But one common thread was Baby Bay, off in hand, finding impact in so many of those key rounds. Jonah as well. What an outstanding performance from him.
You think about those Sheriff rounds. He had 2 of them. 2 rounds where G2